Good morning. Happy Saturday. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. If you are watching live, go ahead and drop a like and let me know where you're checking in from. Certainly love to show you support for supporting my channel today and supporting the podcast. It honestly means so much more than you guys know, so I certainly appreciate you checking in. And I am jamming to this little intro music here. Little fun vibe for this Saturday. Gotta have some fun in life. Gotta smile, gotta celebrate. Every single day, we don't really know when we're gonna see our last day. So I always am grateful for every opportunity I have to really enjoy the smallest moments in life. And I know some people who do that so very well. And it is just an honor to get to know them and really strive to be just like them. All right. Well, I am going to jump right into it today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looks like we are live. I see you, Miss Karen Smith Fraser. Thank you so much on Instagram. Awesome. Well, let me get some things readjusted here. Have you ever opened your banking app and thought, is this it? And how is this possible? I work so hard and yet I feel so behind. Or maybe you stared at your computer screen that Monday morning and thought, is this it? Is this all I have? If so, this episode is for you. For those who may not know me, unicorns out there, my name is Connie Korbelic, and I help ambitious professionals rise from layoffs, invisibility, and burnout and rejection into careers where they're seen, valued, and so boldly reinvented. And today we're talking about the unique financial and emotional pressures that specifically millennials are under and what to do when you feel anxious, disengaged at work, and unsure how to stand out in this economy. So if that's you today, go ahead and drop the millennial in the comment and let me know. So who are millennials? Millennials are those born from 1981 to 1996. They're the generation that came of age in a world that continued to shift beneath our feet. And so many of us entered the workforce in the thick of the 2008 Great Recession. That's when jobs vanished, wages plummeted, and wealth-building milestones like home ownership and retirement were just suddenly out of reach. Unlike the boomers before us, who rose booming post-war economy, or the Gen Xers behind us who benefited from the 90s tech surge, millennials started the race on such uneven ground. And then came the student loan crisis. Tuition skyrocketed, in fact, increasing over 300% since the 1980s. And while we became the most educated generation in history, over half of us, 55%, holding degrees carry the heaviest debt and student loan burdens, with fewer opportunities to actually get ahead of those loans. Meanwhile, over the last 40 years, real wages have flatlined, even as the cost of living, like housing, healthcare, childcare, all those costs continue to soar. We earn on average, less than 20% of our parents did at our age. Even though we're working more, we're juggling multiple roles, and often side hustling just to survive. And stability, that's nearly mythical. The old school ladder of job security and pensions were replaced with things required for us like gig work, freelancing work, short-term contracts, and job hopping. But that wasn't out of disloyalty. It was out of a survival strategy. And on top of all of this, we lived through 9/11, the recession, a global pandemic, and now a wave of inflation continues to shape us. It's delayed our dreams, it's forced us to adapt, and it's why so many millennials feel like we're running a race with invisible weights strapped to our backs and our ankles. But here's the thing, we are still running. We're tech savvy, living in the burnout, and yet we're built for reinvention. Millennials are often called the digital natives, but we're really digital survivors. We're the generation that grew up with floppy disks, dial-up internet, but we've matured with our smartphones, Wi-Fi, and 1,000 open tabs in our browsers. We're the first to straddle both the analog and the digital world, which means we didn't just adopt the tech, we adapted it to our entire lives. And with that came pressure. We've been online since AOL chat rooms, but now it's nonstop. Social media introduced a world of connection, but also of constant comparison. Everyone's highlight reel became our daily baseline. And suddenly, being enough became something we had to brand, post, filter, and defend every day online. We normalized remote work really before the world was even ready for it. We pushed for flexibility, balance, and better boundaries, and then found ourselves in burnout, in a work from anywhere culture that never turns off. We're the majority of the workforce right now. We make up 75% of the workforce worldwide as AI and automation begins to reshape all of our industries. Job security isn't just about layoffs anymore. It's about staying relevant, reinventing, upskilling, and competing in a system that evolves faster than we can catch our breath. And what a weight that brings to us to have to constantly stay on edge of where everything is and constantly learning and adapting and growing. And we've juggled it all without waiting for permission. Online learning, YouTube tutorials, digital certificates, LinkedIn learning. We Googled our way into careers, and we've pivoted without traditional paths and made learning a lifelong hustle. But here's the weight of it all. We're expected to adapt faster, to earn less, to owe more, and compete louder in an always-on world. And still, we rise. Still, we create, we reinvent, and we radiate. Because no matter how fast this world spins, your unicorn resilience is what keeps you grounded in your purpose, not your pace. So let's get one thing straight. Millennials aren't broken, the system is. We're not lazy, we're not fragile. We are the first generation asked to do more with less in a system that hasn't evolved fast enough to support us. So let's talk about the labels that we get. Burnout. We all know it well. It's not just stress, it's emotional exhaustion. It's that numbness, that kind of fatigue that comes from working more than any generation before us, yet earning less, affording less, and still being told it's not enough. Quiet quitting. That's not rebellion, it's self-preservation. It's showing up and doing the job you were hired to do and protecting your time, your peace, and your mental health. Why? Because we learned the hard way that hustle without boundaries leads to severe breakdown. Over 55% of millennials say they feel disengaged at work, and nearly 92% are thinking about leaving. 92% of the workforce. We're 75% of the global workforce, and 92% of millennials in the workforce are thinking about leaving, not because they can't commit, but because they crave growth, purpose, and environments that actually work for the way we operate today. That's in recognition, flexibility, authenticity, so much more than pizza parties or being taken out to lunch. Then there's the last one, bare minimum Mondays. A soft landing into the week because weekends don't always recharge us. It's not the laziness, it's strategy and it's survival. It's mental health burnout. It's mental health over burnout culture. So let's be real. As a millennials, myself, we've survived the Great Recession. We've survived a global pandemic, rising costs, and constant reinvention. And yet, we keep showing up with creativity, constantly having to bring our adaptability, and a fierce desire to work smarter, not harder. You know, we've redesigned what success looks like, and that's work-life balance over burnout. That's mental health because it's not taboo, it's necessary. Remote work is freedom, not laziness. Career pivots are growth, not flakiness. And purpose matters just as much as our paychecks. We are not the problem, we are the wake-up call. And perhaps there's some, employers listening today. So here's my empowerment for employers. If you want to retain unicorns in today's millennial workforce, don't just give them a paycheck. Give them purpose, growth, and a place where their voice matters. Support them verbally and physically in their roles. Supporting millennial isn't just one-dimensional. And for every millennial listening, your standards aren't too high, and no, your burnout isn't imagined. Your desire for more isn't a flaw. It's your unicorn resilience rising to the surface. So take a moment. Ask yourself, what part of your job drains you and what part truly lights you up? Even just a little bit. That's your clue. That's your spark. That's your edge. That's your zone of genius. And that's your unicorn resilience. And I challenge you to strive and push towards what lights you up every day. So let's reinvent from the inside out. You don't have to quit to reclaim your purpose, but you do have to shift. Reinvention isn't always about a new job. Sometimes it's about a new you showing up in the same room. Here's my recommendation to start you on that journey. Start a passion project that fits you. For me, it's this podcast. Book that informational interview with someone you admire. It's fun, and there is so many things you can do to network and really meet some outstanding people. Rework your LinkedIn to reflect your future, not your past. Put the vision out there. So let's tell the truth. Millennials did everything we were told to do. We went to school, we got the good grades, and we even earned the degrees. Many of us hold an associate's or a bachelor's or a master's degree. We followed the plan, only to end up in an economy that moved the goalposts. We were told to dream big, but reality hit much harder. We followed the plan. Now we carry financial anxiety, a scarcity mindset as it relates to our money because we faced so many economic downturns. We carry record-breaking student loan debt and the weight of inflation that makes it even harder for the basics, and even those feel out of reach at times. For many of us, it feels like no matter how hard we try, we're still holding the short end of the stick. But let me offer this. You are not behind. You're being built. Yes, the system may be shaky and the system may be broken, but your calling, that's rock solid. Your uniqueness, the way you think, lead, feel, and create, it's not a liability. It's your leverage. Chase that leverage today. You're not here to play small just because the economy is. You're here to rise and reinvent and boldly own that unicorn resilience that has carried you this far. I'm going to pause here to take a second and just look at the socials. I know I've dropped quite a bit here, so I'm just going to go back. Awesome. Instagram, Google University is the thing. Yes. Constantly having to learn and grow myself. So mental health over burnout culture. Yes. Yes. Unicorn resilience. Karen says growth constrained is frustrating. We must create our own path if it's not where we are. Let those creativity juices flow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me check here if we've got anything on Facebook. All right, Mr. Tony Smith, real talk, love it. Quiet quitting. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Bare minimum Mondays have been here for quite some time. I can't put that on y'all. Well, maybe we just embrace the bare minimum Mondays a bit more than other generations. Yes, millennials and Gen Z have been dealt a crooked hand. Yes, yeah. Everyone's playing tricks on us. We're trying to win the game, and the rules keep changing. Super C, you are relevant. Continue to inspire. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. Responsibilities need to be bared and shared across generational lines. Yes, yeah. There's a lot of things we can learn, and I know in my industry, I am so blessed to really be in manufacturing and a part of the leadership that I have. You know, they have experience 30, 40 years in the industry, and that's really as old as I am. So I always learn and strive to learn and absorb as much as I can from them. So millennials can take that, right, to learn from the boomers and the retiring generation so we can continue to carry the torches in all the industries. Cheating has been deemed a virtue. Ethics, unfortunately, is taboo, and the truth will come for many months from the mouths of babes. Love it. Thanks, Mr. Smith. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here as we bring this in for a landing. If this episode, resonated with you, DM me the word reinvent. If you're ready to reclaim your power and, get some one-on-one development and coaching, I'm here to come alongside you and help you find that niche, find your unique unicorn resilience, and help you be seen and valued in this ever-changing workforce. Thanks for being with me today. Share this episode with a friend. And unicorns, we rise, we reinvent, and we radiate uniquely, boldly, and with purpose. I'll catch you guys next Saturday, July 5th, same time. Until then, keep showing up, unicorn.